and potentially do a weekly forecast. Not a weekly love forecast, but just a weekly forecast to see how the energies will unfold for your week. But we will start by adding in mid-month love readings. So Sagittarius, I hope that you are having a beautiful month. Let's take a look and see what your overall energy is in regards to love and romance for the rest of March. And this is for singles and couples, and I really will try to distinguish between, coupled up, dating, and single, just to give everybody a little bit of something. All the decks I'm using are listed in the description below. Alright, Sagittarius. Let's see what's up for you guys. You guys have the hidden path. So, this is saying that perhaps for the rest of March, in regards to love and romance, you may feel a bit confused, not sure which way you want to go or should go, or what you should do. And now, if you're in a partnership, or if you're single, or if you're just dating, that will carry a very different message for each one of you, okay? So apply it to how it fits in your life. And, I just want to point out this is a general reading, which I intend to try to bring guidance as much as I can. But since it's general, I have to keep this quite broad. And, I'm sorry for that, but that's just the way it is. So instead of listing off 50 different scenarios for this particular card and what it can mean to you, whether you are single, coupled up, apply it to how it fits for you, because you know how this applies to you, okay? There is an imbalance of energy where your mind and your heart are not aligned, okay? And that's why you have this lack of clarity in the area of love and romance. So, let's pull some more cards to see how this energy is playing out for some of you, okay? Some of you, I feel like, might have a secret admirer, or you are kind of secretly eyeing somebody and not quite sure how to approach them or let them know. Or if you're the one with the admirer, they're certainly not sure how to approach you, but this is definitely an energy of mind and heart not being in sync, and that's what needs to happen in order for you to have full clarity of your entire situation. So we have let go of control issues, stay optimistic about your love life, and forgiving and learning. So, for those of you who are in a relationship, a committed partnership, this is definitely talking about, the second half of March. There may be some issues that you really want to work out between you and your significant other, or there's just things going on in your life outside of your relationship, or specifically something happening outside of your relationship for your partner. And it just, you feel as though you're powerless, whatever this is, like forgiving and learning. There's an element of growth taking place these last 2 weeks of March. And, with the hidden path here, I can see why you might not quite understand which way to go. But this is saying, listen, there's so much more to your situation than you see at this moment. And you have every reason to be positive and optimistic for the outcome here, but you really need to surrender to the universe and let go so that your mind and your heart can fully align, all right? Now, if you are completely single, what I feel about this message for you is romance. Perhaps there's no suitable romantic partners, or maybe there hasn't been any romantic interests for a while. And what this says is you are smothering that manifestation. It's like planting a seed and then, waiting a couple days and nothing's happened. So you dig up the sand to see, what's going on. And when you do that, you can't really ever let something root and gain momentum, gain energy to manifest in the physical. So this is telling you that you need to let go of the control of the partner that you want in your life. And this is like everything, if you're going to focus on love, focus on something positive. As, I want to be with somebody who is loving and kind, things of those nature. But feel strong and grounded in yourself, because, the saying of once you don't want something anymore, or once you, forget about something, bam, then it shows up. That's the truth. It's because we're not smothering that anymore. We have surrendered, and most of us can only seem to surrender when we truly don't want something anymore. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can surrender and not be at the point where you're totally giving up hope, okay? Surrender. Trust in the universe. All things in divine timing. With this, there are some elements to your energy that you need to work on still to release, vibrations that you don't want to find in another partner. And everything that exists in you sets the frequency of your vibration, which aligns you with other people's. So you want to be as pure as you can be, and you, more than that, you want to embody the partner that you are seeking. And I see that on the way for you, especially this year. It's just mind and heart have to align, and you have to choose the frequency in which you want to vibrate, because not just any romantic partner will do, okay? Now, in general, the energy with this Sagittarius is to surrender, whether you're couple, single, you're dating, whatever. It's like you need to just allow things to happen as they will from now to the end of March. And, you have every reason to be positive and optimistic, and also forgiving and learning. Perhaps somebody who owes you an apology is going to bring that your way. Or if it's you that owes an apology, perhaps you're going to bring that forward. And the significance of that with this card is there's a shift of energy, okay? Again, we need a balance here. So there's a shift of energy that, opens up the path for you to move ahead. So let's pull a couple cards to see, your overall energy, and then any potential romantic partner that you could be dealing with, their energy. Now, if you're completely single, we can look at these both cards as your energy, but also for some of you, there could be something brewing for the second half of March, even if it's been a ghost town, because as I was about to say that, this flops out, which is definitely the start of something new, okay? So, let's see here. So one energy is coming out as choices, and the other energy is coming out as honesty. Now, I am not going to define whether this is your energy and the other person involved's energy, or vice versa, because this is a general tarot reading, and I've noticed that many of you relate to the reading, but in the opposite way that I have expressed it. So that's why I'm trying to be a bit more loose in the interpretation, so that you can apply it more personally to yourself and your situation. So with choices and honesty, again, those of you you've been single for a long time, honesty is being honest with yourself, allowing the forgiveness and the growing that needs to happen, because we have choices here. So you make that choice. You're not being punished. The universe is not against you. You are not unlovable. Anything that you may have thought of yourself to make yourself small, none of that is true, okay? That's just old baggage, old hurt that you need to rid yourself of. so that you can move forward. Now, for others of you who are in a relationship, yeah, definitely with this lineup of cards, there's been some turbulence. There's, been some challenge. There's been some conflict. And again, one of you is thinking about, where do I proceed from here? I'm not surprised with this card. That could definitely be you, Sagittarius. Which way do I go from here? And with honesty, this is saying you need to be 100% honest with yourself. You need to be 100% honest with your partner about everything, and vice versa. Okay, honesty needs to happen. Communication needs to happen, and you have got to make the choice within to make that happen. Okay, that's how the path forward lights up, and you move ahead. Now, those of you that are just kind of dating a couple different people, I definitely, with choices here, I feel like you do have a few options, the second half of March. Some Sagittarius is out there. You definitely have some options, but honesty is important. And with the hidden path here, and these cards, there could be somebody that you're dealing with that you are questioning their true honesty and integrity, and you're not sure, do I move forward? Do I not? What is the path? Can I trust this person? Can I not? Like, you're just kind of in this place of contemplation, and I feel like there's an element of forgiveness that needs to happen, but this is not somebody who's just showing back up. This is somebody that you are already in contact with. In fact, for Sagittarius, the way I feel about these cards is those of you in a relationship or dating, like, these people have been around. It's not somebody showing back up. Those of you who are super single, again, I've covered what I feel this is saying. This is general, so that doesn't mean that somebody can't return from your past and all of that, but this is just the energy I'm picking up from these cards. So, let's see. Let's pull some tarot cards and see how this energy of the romance angels and the house of the night over here unfold for the second half of March for you. And stay optimistic about your love life. Those of you who are in this struggle or, trying to work something out with somebody else where there is forgiveness, these cards are positive. Like, it's favorable for, reconciling and healing differences, apologies, having heart-to-heart communication, being really honest with one another. Like, it is definitely the energy of this reading, okay? And that also goes for those of you who are super single, being completely honest with yourself so that you can see the way forward and feel good about it and feel good about yourself, okay? So, let's see. All right. We have the High Priestess, the Six of Swords, and the Four of Coins. Okay, so I'm getting a few different messages with these cards, but again, they're all upright. None of them are really a negative energy. Again, it's like I said, we're moving out of these troubled waters into a more positive place, the hidden path, things open up for you. But what I see here is with the High Priestess, there are things that are definitely hidden from you, okay, whether you're single or coupled up. And you might feel like it's irrelevant. There could be things hidden from you that aren't pertaining to your romantic life, but whatever that energy is impacting your romantic life for some of you, if that makes sense, okay? But it's just saying to you, Sagittarius, that these next 2 weeks of March, there's just a lot that you are not quite seeing. And with, the full moon here, and then I see kind of a newer moon here on the choices card, I would feel like this is talking about, very significant that near the new moon in Pisces on the 17th, things don't seem quite so clear. But as we near the full moon on the 31st in Libra, I believe it's the Libra full moon, things are finally clear. Is it? Yeah, I believe it is the Libra full moon. Things are finally clear, and we are moving forward, and we're hanging on to what we have, okay? So those of you who have been struggling with a partner and you just aren't sure what's going to happen, I feel like if you are truly honest with yourself and with your partner, that's going to help things mend. Also, in saying that, if you are being truly honest with yourself, truly honest with the person you're dealing with, you will know if they're not being honest and genuine back to you. And if that's the case, if you feel that inside with the High Priestess here, you need to listen to your intuition and recognize that maybe this person and you need to part ways, and you need to allow yourself to heal and move on. But I feel for the majority of you, what's happening for you guys, those of you who are in a committed relationship and those of you who are dating, it's like there's some miscommunication, misunderstanding that took place prior. And now the second half of March is all about, figuring that energy out and seeing the path forward with each other. But it's like either you are still holding something back or they are still holding something back, okay? And here, this is one of the cards to represent Aquarius and Mercury, to be specific. And then this is a card here that, definitely represents Capricorn, the moon in Capricorn. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Capricorn. Just going to put that out there because of those cards there. But let's pull some intimate energy and see, what more that offers here. Because, we all want, there's great things, but it really looks like you guys are working through something, whether you're single or coupled up. Like, that's the energy for the second half of March. Yeah, because look at what falls out as I say that. The Lovers. And in this deck, it has a bit of a different meaning, but, some of you, and I feel like this is more if you're dating, like you're dating a few people, you are really trying to decide which is the best one for you, which is the way to go. Those of you in a relationship, this could be talking about how you're trying to figure out how to handle this struggle between you and your partner. Do you handle it with your head? Do you handle it with your heart? Which way do you go forward? And, if you're completely single, this to me indicates there's definitely conflict within you about the type of partner you are trying to manifest. It's like you go back and forth, like your energy is up and down, like you have belief, but it's not happening quick enough, so then you fall into like that disbelief, maybe some depression and negative thinking, and you've got to balance yourself, okay? So we have the King of Pentacles. So here we have that Earth sign energy again. So, that opens the door from more than just Capricorn to Virgo and Taurus. But there's definitely some element of fear and not wanting to expose oneself with that energy there. And then here we have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is definitely differences, okay? Some of you who are, kind of casually dating, you might hook up, and I don't think you're going to be so impressed. Just going to put it out there. So if there's somebody that you're, kind of on the fence about whether you want to hook up with them intimately, you're kind of feeling them, but not all the way. I would say with this card, no, don't even waste your time. Like, it's just like, nah, I could give or take that, okay? But it's definitely about differences. And then we have this, very interesting. Depending on your situation, this could mean a couple different things. This goes back to those of you who have somebody who is interested in you kind of behind the scenes, because this is like, I'm watching you and you don't know that I'm watching you, okay? I hate to say this, but Sagittarius, some of you could kind of have like this stalker type of person that you might not be fully aware of, like that's their energy. Like you might have a feeling of it, and I don't feel like they're like this malicious, crazy stalker where you gotta watch your back. I just feel like somebody might be more up in your business than you realize. Or since this is general, that might be kind of the behavior you're portraying. But with the hidden path there, if you are really unsure about any one person or any one thing, I do encourage you to investigate, while respecting somebody else's personal boundaries, but really open yourself up to the truth of any person and situation. Because like I said, there are some things I don't feel like you're quite aware of. Somebody might be holding something back. Okay? So keep yourself open to that. But for others of you, there's definitely somebody who's interested, and they're just kind of on the sidelines. You might be healing from a relationship or a breakup, and you might be aware of this person. But again, if you have somebody in your life where they've been there for you, and you're like, man, you're a great person, and you've really been there for me, and you might be a really good partner, but somewhere inside of you, like, you just don't feel it all the way. Like, it's like your mind is telling you, oh, this person would be great for me. But, like, your soul is like, I don't feel nothing. Like, I don't, no, I'm not feeling this at all. If you force yourself to be intimate and try to go that route, I don't feel like you're going to be satisfied. You trust your soul, Sagittarius, trust your soul, okay? There's definitely a conflict of heart and mind for you guys these last 2 weeks, okay? Again, different reasons for all of you. So let's pull some advice for you guys in regards to love and romance these last couple weeks of March. We have miracles and blessing. Everything has its gift. Yes. Trust in that. Okay. Also for some of you, because we have this stay optimistic about your love life, and I talk about how, I feel like there's more of a positive resolution, more positive than maybe you are anticipating. This to me is a confirmation of that. Okay. But again, it's your choice. It's all about being authentic and open and honest. That's what brings you miracles and blessings. Those are the ingredients right there. So if you're not interested in those ingredients, then I'm not so sure that this card is speaking to you, okay? So I really want to say that, because sometimes I feel that just based on comments I get, that people listen to these readings and look at them as oh, this is everything that's going to happen. Well, this is the energy that's there and available for you. But, our life is a co-creative dance with the universe. So sometimes you have to act, and sometimes you have to just flow. In this situation, I feel like the more authentic, open, and honest you are to yourself and anybody else that you are involved with, the more positive outcome you have, okay? Which brings forth this energy of miracles and blessings. And look at this. We have forgiveness, which we have this here. Forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. So there is a very strong element for all of you, whether you're single, coupled, or dating around, where you need to forgive or be forgiven. There's something that you need to let go of, and there's a part of you that you need to heal, and that's to lift that weight off of you so you can move on. And one thing I love to say about forgiveness is you never have to forgive the act or the behavior, okay? And you don't have to deny yourself the way that those things made you feel. But remember, we all make mistakes, and at some point in our lives, we've hurt other people, whether we didn't really mean to or that it was intentional, but we all make mistakes. So you don't have to forgive the act or the behavior, but always forgive the person. And forgiving the person by no stretch of the imagination means that you let them back up in your life. No. It just means you say, I am no longer holding you to me through this negative energy and frequency. I release you, and I release myself. And I wish you blessings as I wish blessings upon myself. Okay, so wherever forgiveness needs to happen, let it happen. And this might not even be related to a single thing in your romantic life. This could be connected to friendships, co-workers, a job, family members. But like I mentioned earlier in the reading, somewhere, somehow, some way in your life, forgiveness needs to happen. And whether you make the connection or not, that negative weight inside of you is impacting your romantic relationships, okay? So I'll put these cards upright because they are just so gorgeous and beautiful. And lastly, be supportive. Make it a genuine effort to show you care. So, as you're being honest and authentic, be 100% open. Do not hold back, and don't put yourself out there with any expectation of being well received or anything. You need to do all of this for your own freedom, for your own movement forward, for your own healing, for the forgiveness to unfold inside of you so that you're happy, okay? Be supportive. Again, I feel like this is, some of you really love somebody and they just made some mistakes, or you've gone through a lot and you just kind of at that point where you're like, I don't know. And I don't feel like this is somebody who's just a jerk to you, in and out, uses you all the time. I'm not talking to that because frankly, I don't want to give anybody support and encouragement to return to a relationship like that whatsoever. Nobody deserves that. That is not your twin flame, okay? Somebody who does not honor you, does not love you, does not care about the way their behavior impacts you, no, I don't encourage you to work that out. You might need to work some forgiveness and release out in yourself for that, but if you ever find yourself in a relationship where it's a long period of time and you've just not been loved and treasured and valued, that is your hint that you need to get the heck out, and that relationship has no more longevity. I'm not saying relationships don't have ebbs and flows, okay? Everybody goes through struggle and hard time. That's why I'm saying long periods of time where you are not being treated properly. You need to let that go because you deserve so much better than that. But for those Sagittariuses out there where you do have a relationship with somebody where you both genuinely love each other, you just in the struggle, these are your ingredients to make the path ahead no longer invisible to you. And it's all about forgiving and healing and letting go and surrendering, okay? And again, for those of you who are completely single, I feel like your next great thing comes into play when this forgiving has truly happened. And with learning here, that means the lesson of whatever hurt you romantically needs to be completely incorporated into your beingness in order for you to release and move ahead. And when you do, like I said, miracles and blessings, there's something beautiful ahead. Mind and heart have to align. Forgiveness needs to take place. So Sagittarius, those are the messages that I have for you in regards to love and romance for the second half of March.